Tell me about it, and I swear I've not peeped it. I don't know what it is. So I'm back now. You probably have to come and find the next stream. Dipsy's back. I really don't know what happened there, Dipsy. "26 Charlie Whiskey. Hello, Jake." Delboy says, "Was it a bomb?" The computer done what it normally does. I thought I'd cured that. Stefan's back. Mark's back. Got 23. It's a new router. It's not my internet connection. It's the computer. Okay, let's get this over with before anything else goes wrong, shall we? I see a red box, all right? So for anyone that don't know, that missed the first part of the stream, I've been given a gift by a subscriber and I've got no idea what it is. And I'm just opening it. Richard Milligan, hi mate. Delboy's going, open the box, open the box. Wouldn't it be funny if there was nothing in it? What the hell is that? Hang on, there's something else in here and all. You can bear with me here. I've got a Citizens Band CB radio, official CB operators roadmap. There it is. There's something else in here as well. I can't believe this. There's a sticker for the car. Obviously, I can't read all of this. But Mel, he's the guy that sent me it. Thanks very much, mate. Oh, this is quite old, this stuff, I think. There's a card there with all the 10 code on it. This is not all of it, by the way. There's another bit here with a jiffy bag. I've got that as well. It's a CB operator's manual and log. I'm going to put that back in here because that, I don't know when it was printed. I'll have to let you know at a later date. Okay, I'm really happy with that. Really happy. It's almost like, I think it's like memorabilia. I also got this in the package. It says Cobra. And this. I've got a feeling I know what this is. Look, whatever it is, it fell on the floor. This is where the computer goes bang again, isn't it? I can't even get hold of it. Well, you look at that. It's an inlay for a Cobra 148. A Cobra 148 GTL EX. That's nice. I'll see if that'll fit me the Superstar 360 FM. I think that's that. Now, there's a box here. I'm going to open it. I don't really know how to open it. From what I can gather, it's a model. Yeah, it's a model of the Arsenal Emirates Stadium. There you go. So that was a flat pack for that. Yeah, cheers, Mel. That's a nice little goodie bag there. Well chuffed with that. Yeah, well, I shared it with you, you know. Now you've seen it. So anyway, yeah, all I need to do now is know how to fix my computer, innit? Let's have a drop of tea. Colin Guntrip, I'd never have guessed. Like I said, he wouldn't tell me. So Mel, I can't even remember his call sign, but he's if anyone can cast their mind back to the 305 net, there was a guy that his name's Mel, and he used to call in from out near Reading Way, and that's the guy that sent me them bits. Yeah, no worries, Marvin. I just thought it'd be a bit of fun, and it was fun. I enjoyed it. You know, the world the way it is at the minute, I think we all need a little bit of fun. Del Boy, no, I don't think so, mate. I don't do all. I've seen what that rubbish can do to people. It's not good. Darren Barwick's got his call sign. Well done, Darren. Chris says it's very nice of the chap. Yeah, I'll say it is. Absolutely. I've got to be honest, it's light. Is that better? Seems a bit glary, doesn't it, tonight? Maybe I've got a bit of rubbish. That's better. Salop Media says hello, Steve. Hello, how you doing, mate? Welcome aboard. You've missed the fun with the opening of that packet. I'll let you know how I'll get on with that front for the Cobra. Eddie's mum. Yeah, Brian, it was really thoughtful, you know. These some of that stuff probably dates back, you know, 30 odd years. Jason 2 Romeo Tango missed it. You don't do the rewatch. I might actually take this stream and the other one down and edit them, put them together. Stefan, no, don't do that, mate. This is clean, this PC, mate. Adrian Obby says it's nice to get some. Yeah, of course. What do you get nowadays for nothing? You know. Yeah, that will go in with me memorabilia type thing and me QSL cards and all the rest, because none of us last forever, do we? You know, hand it down to someone years to come, be worth a fortune, won't it? Fred in the shed says, how's Deb's doing? Yeah, Deb's fine, thanks, Fred. You missed the main thing so far, but you'll have to do the watch back, you know. Too many cookies, me or the PC, Adrian. It's a shame because we had that new guy on, didn't we, that had got the 5,000 and all that, and that the computer went a little bit crazy. I think my tall ceiling. Well, I can't really show you the video light that I'm using, but the video light will go up about 10 or 12 feet. The tripod back here flattens right out, and it's one of them ones when you undo it, it just comes down slowly. It don't. So come on, guys. I've shared a bit of my life for you. I mean, most of you know my life inside and out. So what you bought, what's on your wish list? I'm a bit disappointed that Albert's not turned up. You know, Albert from Hitchin. He had the Grant 2. He put up a fiberglass aerial with it, got himself on the air, was getting out fine, but it was getting a little bit of noise. So he went out and bought himself a 2016. Noise is even worse. Pardon me. It's got decent coax and all the rest of it. It's mounted on the side of his flats. So now he's gone out and got himself a 6900. And the pulsing noise that he was getting on the Grant 2 is now gone. So that's a good thing. But he's still getting noise from, I think it's about 6 o'clock at night till about 6 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, Dipsy, can you speak Russian? Yeah, Fred's saying Albert's banging in now with his 6900. Is he running the KL203 on it as well, Fred? It's interesting to see people's journey with radio. I could probably be here for a week telling you about all of the rigs that I bought, the aerials I bought, the coaxes and the problems and, you know, all the rest of it. Erotic Radio says, does he want to sell his Grant 2? I don't know. I'm going to talk to him tomorrow, actually. We've arranged a bit of a sked. Mr. Darby's fishing says hello. Hello, Mr. Darby. How you doing? Are you on the rig, thinking of going on the rig? You know, tell us your story, mate. Adrian Obby. Unfortunately, mate, I've got life to lead. You know, I come up here, I do my bit. It takes a lot more time than what you guys might sort of realise, really. That's a weird username. Why do people do that? The username is DBBKB. Best antenna is bought. is the IMAX 2000. Yeah, I've had 2 of them. They're nice aerials. Yeah, Rotic, if Albert wants to flog the Grant 2, I'll let you know, mate. So Fox E1, what's the listening antenna that you've got with your noise eliminator? AM for music. It's just asked. He's just said that he gets out 20 or 30 miles on FM, and he's asked how far he'll get on sideband. That's like saying how long's a bit of string. If you're talking about skip, you might end up talking to Australia. If you're talking to someone with a DV27 on a biscuit tin on sideband, might only be 5 or 6 miles. If that person's got a Sigma 4, you might get them 30, 40 miles away. If that person lives on top of a hill and has got a Sigma 4 and you're chatting on sideband, you might get 100 miles. It's all relevant. You know, sideband's a brilliant mode, but generally, by the time, well, back in the early days, by the time people have got on sideband, they've built everything else up around it. Decent power supply, decent microphone, a decent tenor that was tuned in right, at a good height. You know, it established people. So AM for music, my best advice would be just keep listening. You could go on the call-in channel on sideband, just put out a few CQ calls. Unless you're proactive, you'll never have a sideband contact. If there's someone near you that's got a sidebander, tell them that you've got one and ask if they'd be willing to go on a frequency and chat with you on sideband. You know, familiarise yourself with it a little bit. Yeah, the BBK is talking about £7 a noise. Yeah, it's a nightmare. What rig is it that you're actually using there? Because some of the modern rigs almost come built in with £5 a noise. That a lot of people are just RF gaining that down and working on there. Andy Bibb is late. Oh, you missed the crack earlier. Someone sent me a mystery parcel and I was just in the middle of opening it and my computer crashed like normal. And everyone was going, open it. And I teased everyone to the max. Then the computer went and then I had to restart the stream. So yeah, it was pretty funny. Swady boy, people are going to advise you, do this and do that, right? I had the IMAX 2000, performed very well. It's 24 foot long. Even on a still day, the top section, if you got it up at a decent height, it's always waggling around. No real big deal. It outperforms the Antron 99, hands down. The early ones, this is a little bit more in depth about the IMAX 2000s. You got a fiberglass tube with like a metal rod going through it. The early IMAXs, when they were assembled, the metal rod in the middle had felt or rubber washers slid over it. So if you shook that section, it didn't flop about inside the fiberglass tube. They've stopped doing that. And my one, when it was up, if there was a lot of wind and it started to sort of do this, the center section would rattle. That I found that a bit annoying, but it works absolutely brilliant. What you find, Swaggy boy, and this happens a lot, I don't know if anyone else can relate to it. You get one guy living on the top of a mountain, right? He could be using a rusty coat hanger, but he gets out miles. That starts up a bit of cabin fever where everyone's going, where can I get one of them rusty coat hangers from? Everyone wants to get one, thinking it's going to perform the same, but obviously it don't. And then, of course, you've got the people that hate the fiberglass aerial saying they're rubbish. Some of them never had a fiberglass aerial in their life. They sort of repeat stuff parrot style. They heard it from someone else who heard it from someone else. So, Swady boy, tell it what you're using at the minute, Swady boy. And I'll do my best, and the other lads obviously as well. We'll sort of maybe throw a bit of light on it, whether it will do you better than what you've already got. What are you using at the minute? BBK 6900N. Yeah, they're all right, mate. But they're like a lot of these modern rigs. You've only got to breathe on them. You've got two bars of noise. I know I've had enough myself. And if you look there, there's one in its box. Adrian, I'll be saying, yeah. Well, he's got a 9-foot tank whip stuck out of his bedroom window. What have you done with a tank? All jokes aside, there was a guy who lives in Kettering, and before he got permission to put an aerial outside in like the communal garden, he did that. He went up in the loft and he slid a mobile whip out the top. People that get so creative with antennas, I think it's great. It's the I won't be beaten, I'm going to do this routine. AM for Music's asking about the 9800. No, I've not had one, mate, to be honest. Wayne sold the rest of the tank on eBay. Yeah, fair enough, mate. The Fox E1's using a really thin, long wire antenna hanging vertically, nothing special, very noisy. I take it that's sort of cut to some sort of length, Fox, or if you got it on an ATU. Yeah, BBK 73s, mate. Thanks for popping by. Nice to see you in there. Yeah, Swady Boy's got a multi-band vertical. Is it ground mounted, Swady Boy, or have you got it up in the air, mate? So, someone help Wayne out. I can't get involved in too many things because my old brain, it switches off. I'll get halfway through helping someone. Oh, Fox, okay. That's your noise antenna. Yeah, people are having to spend a lot of money lately, aren't they, to try and get rid of this QRM. I find it a little bit frustrating sometimes. I was on Facebook today, and there was a guy on there said he's got this truck, and he's asking people where he can mount his rig because sometimes you've got to get a bit creative, get the old thinking cap on. And he even said he was considering a handheld. Well, I've had handhelds, as a lot of you guys have, and you end up with batteries dead and wires that you might have to plug into a power adapter, and I said to him, if you're thinking that, where are you going to put your handheld? On the passenger seat. Get yourself a CB, bung it on the passenger seat, get yourself an extension speaker so it faces you on the dash, or mount it up by its sun visor. You know, we've all got to sort of help ourselves to a certain point, because some people are like, right, okay, I've got a CB, engage the old grey matter, and then obviously if you can't work it out, then it just frustrates me, you know. Yeah, Swady boy, people are funny, aren't they? About Anna X, chirp chirp. Yeah, you clocked it. There you go. The bird's back. I've sort of decorated the background a little bit. I've got the Lincoln 2 Plus there. That's only the empty box there. President McKinley, that's sat next to me here. And in the background, there is actually a 6900 in that box, just for something to look at, rather than looking at the wallpaper or whatever. Wayne is talking about, he lives in a flat. The council wouldn't be happy with huge antennas attached to the flat. I can tell you now, Albast, this is to Wayne. Look up Albast on YouTube. He lives in a block of flats. He's got an aerial up. Okay, he's got a 3 element beam on his balcony, which may or may not stay. And he's got, I can't remember what it is. I think it might be a Game Master mounted on his neighbour above's balcony. I think he's sweet talked to her a little bit. So where there's a will, there's a way. Kev63 says he has to go mobile, as there's a ham right at the back of me. Have you tried going on, Kev? Nothing's stopping you. No law saying that you can't put an aerial up and have a Grant 2 or a McKinley or whatever. And I've got to say, having come from a CB radio background and dipped my toe in the amateur side of things, I was apprehensive, and I thought they might be snobby, you know, or know-alls or whatever. I tell you what, if you meet them face to face, it's just the same as us. They might know a few more things about a few more things, but they're all right, trust me. Most of them, I mean, obviously you get the weirdos, but you get them on air or wherever, don't you? I am for music. You're talking about the size of your aerial. There you go, Kev. Give it, you know, don't let that guy stop you coming on rig, because you could do your foundation and go on there, and he would probably help you out. You'll probably find. I found amateurs very helpful. And Wayne says he's seen Albast videos. There you go, Wayne. You know, I don't know. I've been there. When I lived up in Bedford, I moved into a cottage. It was a grade 2 listed building. The village, right, was sort of governed by the local council, who and one of the members of the council owned most of the farmland around. And his thing was, we're not having any street lights, no TV aerials. We want to keep this as a place of like natural beauty. So what did I do? I goes and sticks an Antron 99 up in the garden, and the landlady come round. She goes, "What's that?" I says, "Me CB aerial." I said, "I spoke to all my neighbours. They're all happy with it." And what she said to me was, "Okay, but if there's any complaints, it's going to have to come down." And what I used to do when it got dark, I've got a 10-metre telescopic tower. It's not a lot of good, to be honest. One where you push the sections out and do up the little wing up. Put, you know, I used to have it as high as I dare during the night and back down during the day, you know. So there you go, Wayne. Everyone's trying to help you there, mate. You know, bits of wire, whatever. I mean, I was on HF once, and I've told this before. I think, I can't remember what band it was. It might have been something like 20 metres. I had an MFJ 949E manual tuner with a bit of wire shoved in the back and a bit slung across the floor. It was a stone cottage. I mean, the walls were like this thick, minimum, and the windows were very small. And I could hear this guy in Russia calling CQ. It's like a competition, you know. QRZ, yeah, 5 and 9, 73s, QRZ. I managed to tune this wire slightly off of his frequency. I went on there, called him, got a 5x5 report. I know it's on HF, but, you know, where there's a will, there's a way. Andy Bibby says he spoke 60 miles on a tank shop. They are. Is that a typo? I presume it is. I still can't believe all this stuff that I've been sent. That's absolutely great. Andy Bibby's corrected himself on a tank whip. Yeah, I don't know why people call them tank whips. I presume at some point they were on tanks, but I mean, the ones you buy are a quarter wave on 27 megs. Yeah, Darren Barwick, don't you go falling out of that tree, mate. Well, if you've got a tree, why bother with a fiberglass pole? Myself, it bothers me a bit that people are going out and spending 30 quid on a fiberglass pole and making an aerial out of a bit of coax. You might as well save your 30 quid on the fiberglass pole. I know there is uses for it. You know, if you go out portable or whatever, and you guys are right, you can. They are dead easy. If you've got a tree, hang the 2LT up in that. Yeah, Wayne, you don't need to buy a 2LT, make one. If you've got a bit of RG58 laying about, there's a guy on YouTube tells you how to make them. I've followed it. I had a bit of spare coax laying about, dead easy, mate. Adrian Obby's got an ex-army antenna. This is what I like about doing this live stream. People have got so many different ideas, you know, and what is great, everyone's willing to help each other. You've got Fred there, you've got Golf Mike 4, and, you know, most of the rest are all trying to help each other, and that's what I like about the hobby on the whole, you know. Wayne, I've done the dipole thing going back to the 80s. because it was the crack then, you know, 2 9-foot whatever bits of wire, and I did that, but I already had, I don't know, a silver rod or whatever, 30 foot up in the air, so I didn't really need to do it. But obviously it's an experiment. I was lucky. My garden was about 115 feet long, whacking great big long garden. Hi Chris from Oyster Bay. How you doing, mate? Thanks for dropping by. You missed all the fun earlier. I got sent a gift from one of my subscribers. That's what all this is. I'll tease these lads, something rotten and my computer broke down, so I had to restart the stream. Yeah, Chris from Oyster Bay. What equipment do you use over there, Chris? Simon Rickson, using a T2LT. Yeah, good luck to you, mate. Something that I will say that I found a little bit confusing. I can't remember the guy's name, or the name of his channel. Maybe one of you guys might better point him out. He shows how to make one of these 2LT antennas, but after the choke around the 4 1/4 bit of pipe, he didn't. He just sort of said, you know, you make that and then away you go. And I thought, well, how long's a bit of coax from the choke on? Well, of course it don't matter, does it? Because it's the choke has done its job at that point. And what I did with mine, because I'm in a very similar situation here, you know, housing associations, you know, you've got to apply, you know, cap in hand, can I do this, please? And then they might want to make you get insurance on it. It's got to be put up by a professional, and you know, and all this malarkey. So I made this 2LT, and I was eyeballing a tree at the end of the garden, thinking I can get it up in there. But I thought then I need a great big run of coax to do that. So I thought, I know what I'd do. I strung it along my washing line. Washing line, I don't know, it's about as high as my head, just horizontal. Clothes pegs, pegged it on, connected up the coax, went in, got me a SWR meter out, keyed it up. It's around about 1.5. And with it being horizontal, I thought it's going to be rubbish. But while it was up there, it was only up there a couple of weeks. I had a couple of contacts into Germany on it, even with it being that low. And I rang my mate Paul up and I said, Paul, get a rig check, will you? And I sat there with I had the 3900 on this particular day. Turned the volume up. I thought I'm going to have to listen hard for Paul. Paul texted me back. He said, yeah, I'll give you a shout in a minute. We arranged the frequency. It nearly blew my ear holes out. It worked really well, even though it was horizontal. 104 Outdoors. Yeah, that's the guy. If you want to know how to make one of them 2LTs, look up 104 Outdoors 2LT, or whatever you call the things. He does a cracking job of showing you how to make one. So that's a bit of a shout out for him. I can't remember the guy's name. Robert Gibbs uses a G5RV for HF. Is it the mini G5RV or the full size one? Gary, that's it, Fred. Cheers for that, mate. There you go. Golf Mike 4's just pointed out. Stick a mag mount on your sink when you want to get out. Half size, yeah, okay, Robert. Yeah, I've used one of them, the half size G5 RV. And I found, this is to Robert Gibbs, I found that I liked 40 metres in the summer for the Inter-G contacts. And what I did, I had a 12-foot Beachcaster fishing rod. I put a little T-piece at the top with one bit of wire going one way, one going the other, and I cut a dipole for 40 metres. Now it was inverted, came down. I mean, some of the wire was, you know, near enough on the floor. I kept sort of trimming both ends until I got a good SWR. And for some reason, I had a flat SWR over most of 40 metres, barely moved. And you know what, that thing, that it was magical. Now, bearing in mind, as I've told you guys, I couldn't have an antenna up there, not officially. 2 doors down, you couldn't even see it. You could see that there was something sticking out of this bush that I'd stuck the fishing rod in. I had loads of contacts on that, loads of them. I think it was bell wire that I bought from Maplin. Just, I don't know, half a mil thick, if that. I bought a whole reel of it. It was absolutely superb. There you go. Yeah, I think this is great. Let's, you lot just get on and chat away, innit? I'll get the enjoyment out of watching you lot as well. Pardon me. Darren Barwick says, if you're that good at it, you better get up my tree. There's nothing scientific about making a dipole for a specific band. It's all done for you. If you want a dipole for 27 megs, go into Google, type in dipole calculator, it'll tell you how long each leg has to be. It's only 2 wires on the end of your coax. Adrian Obby says all the newbies now looking for Maplins. Yeah, it's a shame it shut down. I don't think you can see. No, my soldering iron I bought from Maplins. I'll show you it all one week. I've never had one we can vary the temperature before, and I bought one. It's all right, you know. Simon Rickson says he bought a Mint Sirio 4000. Is it worth it? Put it up in a loft. You can try it, but you probably find you get a load of noise. That's what I've found myself with indoor antennas. You know, you're right amongst everything, aren't you? Give it a go. Got nothing to lose. Biscuit tin, a roll of tin foil. Yeah, Chris Jasper had the 29950. I think I've never had one of them. I presume that's one of the home bases or one of the high power rigs. Albast, hi Alan, we were talking about you earlier. You missed a bit of a good crack earlier. This stream's had to go out in 2 separate bits, unfortunately. Oh yeah, and sorry to hear about your dog. Nothing worse than having an ill pet. Just keeping an eye. I've set a Bonio out so you guys can see it. Simon Rickson, ignore people, mate. someone's told Simon that tinfoil don't work, and it's because it's made of aluminium. What are most aerials made out of, Simon? Aluminium, mate. So yeah, Simon, biscuit tin across a tinfoil. If you've got it in your room, right, and you're having a job to get the SWR down, the only problem is the Sirio 4000 is quite a tall beast, isn't it? So it might feel a little bit unhappy with everything being around it, but you can try it. And here's a bit of a tip of anyone that uses tinfoil. If you're in the same room, roll the tinfoil out, in your square, key up, keep an eye on your SWR, mate, and then you just roll the tinfoil in or out to get your SWR right. That's something I've done in the past. Eddie's mum. Yeah, catch you later, Brian. Cheers for popping by. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Anna X, DV27 and a biscuit tin. Yeah, why not? Why not? I think we've all done that. Stefan's got a communication receiver. Is it just like an AM/FM job, Stefan, or has it got upper and lower sideband on it as well? Yeah, GM4, Chris, 73s, mate. Take care. Thanks for popping by. You have fun with your sledging. Simon Rickson says, thanks for the brilliant tip. It's an old trick, to be honest with you, Simon, but you can literally roll the tinfoil out and you will see you're changing your SWR. Just get it where you want it. Add a little bit more, cut the roll off, or if need be, leave it on there. If you've got a spare room or whatever, and when you finish it, roll it back up and don't tell the missus what you've been doing with it. Darren Barwick's asking if I ever got snow. Yes, I did. Quite a bit, actually. I mean, I'm not talking like a blizzard, but I suppose in between all the melts and freezing, we had a couple of inches, I suppose. Chris Jasperhead says he went with the Super Penetrator, all aluminium 5/8 wave antenna. Big difference from the fiberglass Antron 99. We call them splatter sticks here. Oh, Stefan, nice one. I don't know whether you actually know this, Stefan. If you want to do a bit of earwigging, just remember, once you hit 20 megs and above, you want upper sideband. Lower than 20 megs, you want to go lower sideband. Wayne's got a couple of foot of snow. Whereabouts are you, Wayne? I know I should know by now where most of you are, but you know me, I've got a bit of head like a sieve. Andy Bibby says that kitchen foil makes good fuses. What's the matter with a 6mm bolt? I mean, come on. Wayne's in Scotland. Yeah, okay, Wayne. Dirty Katie. Have you just turned up? I think that's Jason, isn't it? You just turned up. If you have, you've missed a good crack earlier. Everything just went completely. Gizmo White, hi mate, how you doing? Again, you missed the crack earlier. I got a mystery gift from a subscriber, and I'm teasing everyone, you know, to hit the like button and all this. When I went to open it, it just got to the opening bit and my computer crashed. Chewing gum wrapper. Do you know what? I used to be a service engineer for a pressure washer company, okay? And as much as I pestered my boss to put me through to have some sort of electrical qualification, he wouldn't do it. But I used to get by, you know. And some of the things I used to see, you'd open the plug up, someone had ripped the earth wire out, so you used to throw out their RCD and, you know, bits of like really thick wire that had never blown a million years around the fuses. Yeah, Kit Kat. For anything sort of that's, you know, proper conductive. Yeah, Stefan. Yeah. 14 megs or 20 meters, whatever you want to call it, is upper sideband. If you go above that in frequency, it's all upper sideband. If you go below it, people tend to use lower sideband, and you hear some weird noises, which will be all the digital modes, PSK31, packet, and all that. Yeah, Chris Jasperhead said that the Antron 99 is not as good as they used to be. They're not. I was just talking about that. In actual fact, the early Antrons used to have either a felt or rubber washer that went over the rod in the middle. That when you shake them, it would stop the inner bit flopping about. They don't do that no more. Just attach them top and bottom. They rattle like a bitch. Alexa says hello. Hi Alexa, how you doing? Alexa DX says, what do I think, or what do we think about the Cobra 2000? I've got to be honest, I've never had one, and I know they really kick out a lot of power, and I know they can be a little bit on the unreliable side, and that's why I've never had one. I've had the chance a couple of times. Tim the Hampshire Hog, 73's mate, thanks for dropping by. You know, it's been, well, I've enjoyed myself. You stay safe, Tim. Dipsy's sleeping on the job. Nothing new there then, is it, eh? Come on, Dipsy, sort your life out, mate. There's a couple of rigs that over the years I've tended to avoid, one being the Cobra 2000. I know they are a banging rig. I've heard them. They sound great. The other one was the Magnum S9. Now, I did end up with one, to be honest. But it'd been doctored to the hell. It had new display on it, new finals in it. It all had to be retuned. The output bias for the finals that had to be done, and everything was upgraded in it. I had it for about 6 months and flogged it back to the guy that had it, that I had it off. He was in with Echoes, and as anyone knows, the Magnum S9 Echo is very good. You used to better buy them on eBay as a separate item. Now Dipsy's just hurt my feelings because I thought me and Dipsy were mates. It shows that your mates really are, doesn't it? I think I've seen a unit down Washington home base. I never had one. I did have the President Madison, but that was like a lot of years ago now. Andy Bibby says Dave Woods, the rig doctor, is on the mend since his heart attack. He's not taking on repairs, but he's on the up. I never even knew he'd had an heart attack, to be honest. Never spoke with him. He's never been in here. All I know, people send their rigs to him to be repaired. And for music's asking about Rangers. Yeah, I've had about 3 or 4 2950s. Just the 25 watt versions. I think they're cracking rigs. In actual fact, I've not long got rid of a Ranger 2950. I said to myself I was going to keep it because my mate that died when I did the video about it was his. I went over there to buy that rig. That was the last time I ever saw him alive. But then I thought, I ain't using it. My mate wanted it, so we've done a deal and now it's gone. Yeah, Andy Bibby. Yeah, I mean, I'm not into Echoes, I'll be the first one to say, but the S9 Echo, if you're into Echoes, I don't think you're going to get much better than that. I just couldn't be doing with all the faffing about. I set it up with my mate. He goes, yeah, you got it 100%. Of course, being mobile, we used to quite often have me rig on the passenger seat. I dragged the mic across the front of the rig and someone would be going, you're echoing about 20 times. Just frustrated the hell out of me. Well, let's just hope that Dave Woods makes a full recovery. You know, I don't know the bloke. I know of him, but I don't know him. I'll tell you who else, from what I gather, does repairs. I don't know if he takes them in. I think he does. And that's the Irish guy. Can't remember his name now or his call sign, but he pops in here quite regular. I don't know how that you get a rig to him. He's the one who does all of the customization. George, that's it. Yeah, cheers for that. George Donaldson, I think his name is. I believe he's got a Facebook page as well. Yeah, Darren, I don't think Dave, as in M0OGY, had a heart attack, not unless he's had it recently. I know he had a stroke probably a year and a half ago now. Yeah, Stefan, you have a lot of fun listening on that. What antenna have you got it hooked up to? Are you using a bit of wire or you've got it hooked up to your vertical? Yeah, Wayne, George Donaldson's been in there many times, in actual fact. Okay, Darren. But yeah, Dave, as in M0OGY, from what I gather, he's last time I saw him, he looked really well, and you know, long may that last. I like Dave. He's been about a while. He's got like a bit of a pedigree to him. And I watched that video on the walkabout mic for the president. Can't remember what you call it now. You know, the wireless one. and I really wanted one of them. They're about 80 quid, and they've discontinued them now, haven't they? Yeah, Swadey boy, no worries, mate. I might even catch you on Zello, mate. But yeah, you take care, be safe, and all that. Yeah, Stefan saying it's just a wire right now. Well, a lot of the stuff that you're going to hear on your receiver may well be bounced back down from the ionosphere, you know, so the wire, don't knock it, mate. I'll just tell you a little tale, and I'm probably repeating myself here. When I first got HF rigs and started playing about with antennas and that, I made the mistake of going out and buying one. Coming from a CB radio background, I thought vertical was the way to go. I bought myself a Hustler BTV6. It's a 6-band trapped vertical. Ground mounted it, put out a few radials, and that, and it worked. And I was getting contacts, you know, Germany, Italy, you know, Russia, wherever, you know, it's like falling off a log on HF, as most of you probably know. Bearing in mind, I was only using 10 watts, and I was using 10 watts just in case anyone's interested. But then I started thinking, well, where's all the English people gone? Why aren't I hearing no English people? And thinking about it, I bought a second-hand half-size G5 RV off one of the amateurs. He might have even given me it. I remember hearing loads of Inter-G activity on there. So one day I made myself, which I've already told you in this live stream, a dipole for 40 meters. The instant I put it up, I was happy chappy. I mean, what did it cost me? A 5-6 quid for a reel of wire? And the Hustler was a couple of £100. So I made a big mistake there. Dirty Diaper says, hello, Steve. I've got to be honest, you know, excuse my ignorance. You've put down that you're in SC. I've got no idea where that is. I've got to fess up, put my hand up. I've got no idea whereabouts are you. This is the Dirty Diaper. What part of the world you in? John C. Hi, John, and thanks to Fred. Dirty Diapers in South Carolina. I must remember that. Now, Dirty Diaper, you might be able to help me here. I've been to America. I went to Virginia, a place called Rocky Mount. And South Carolina was mentioned a lot. I'm trying to think now. Smith Mountain Lake was not very far away. How far is South Carolina from that part of Virginia? This is the Dirty Diaper, of course. So, John C., what's your story, mate? I gather that Fred sort of sent you over. What rig have you got? What twig have you got? What amplifier you've got? How long have you been on? We want to know everything. So no holds barred live chat here, mate. Welcome aboard, by the way, John. Okay, Dirty Diaper. Just for the record, Dirty, what's your first name? And I'll try and remember it because you've been in here a few times now. And I will say, I don't think I've shared this with you guys. While I was in Virginia, it was pointed out that there was a CB in the house, okay, and an aerial and all that. The people that owned it was old, proper old. So I was only there for 10 days. The rig got dragged out with this little mag mount, and me and the old man, we went in the shed and set it up, and I did hear a few people. And I did put a few calls out, but I couldn't get no one to come back to me. This thing, this rig, it was up well old. I couldn't even tell you what it was, but I can tell you it had like a wood effect around the casing. I wish I'd videoed it, and I went into videoing then. "41 people in the stream." Just look, I don't think I've got a pen here. I'll have to re-watch the stream at some point, and I will sort of look you up. It's frustrating me now. No, not got a pen here. No fogs tonight, not yet anyway. I did hear them out the back making a hell of a racket earlier. I wonder if it will let me. I'm just trying to copy this dirty diaper, or J. When I finish this stream, I'll paste that into something and then write it down there. Chris Jasperhead says, like the t-shirt. I got it for Christmas. I've got a few, just random things. It could just as easily have been a dolphin on the front of the t-shirt. I don't know if it's me. Things seem to be getting a little bit on the dim side here. That's a little bit better. Alan Touchwood saying thumbs up, chaps. There's 40 people on the stream at the minute, and we got 26 likes. I'll hang about for a little while. Oh, here we go. Made me jump. I didn't even hear that. Yeah, this is to Dirty Diaper. If you've got Zello, if you do a search for CB Radio England, that's my Zello channel. You don't have to, you just come on there. You don't need to send a request. We can actually have a chat on the Zello app, should you wish. And it's the same as anyone else, of course. Let's just check that I am working, because the chat seems to have frozen. Right, is there anyone on the stream can just let me know if I've frozen or if you're all seeing me okay, because this end everything's frozen. It's like everyone's got their volume. No one's talking to me at the minute.
It's okay, Steve.
Brilliant, thanks for that. Just as you said it, all of the messages will start coming back up. Appreciated, thanks. Fred in the shed's doing the off. Catch you later, Fred. Take care, mate. Okay, well, I suppose really, even though there's 41 people in here, I'm going to have to start wrapping this up, because I've been on for about an hour and a half. But I will, you know, say, oh, Ben Speed's turned up. Hi, Ben, how's things in Welsh Wales? Hope things are right with you, mate. I've got a feeling that there might be a bit of hacking going on during this stream, if I'm honest. Dipsy, take care, mate. You better get yourself off the bed by the sounds of it. You probably had a few too many of them brown bottles, didn't you? Yeah, it's good to hear, Ben. Yeah, I'm fine, mate. It's me PC's that's a bit of a problem. I think we've covered a multitude of things, from people being frustrated, not being able to put an antenna up. I'm not sure if this battery might be going dead or my camera's going loopy, one or the other. I've got another light here I can bring into play. Incidentally, I know you're not probably not really that interested, but the video lights I use all run by batteries. Yeah, good luck with that, Dipsy. You don't want to be coughing and spluttering in anyone's house while you're doing electrical work, because they'll all be like, hang on, I think you better go and have the COVID test. Dirty Katie. Yeah, catch you later, mate. And can you guys remember just to leave some sort of comment underneath this stream? You know, what, more or less what you like. Now, Adrian Hobby, what is it that you haven't got that's preventing you from doing a live stream? Because you might, all jokes aside, you might actually enjoy doing it. I ain't going anywhere till Adrian Hobby's answered us. I want to try and get a bit of video about the President McKinley. That's something that I'm planning on doing. So I don't know when I'll get to do that. Okay, microphone for your PC. You can do it on your mobile, Adrian. And a microphone, blimey, you can get them on eBay for, I don't know, £3 or £4, I think. You know, they're little plastic ones that you just stand up. I say give it a go. I'd encourage a few of the lads to join in, or you can even give yourself a shout out on there. You'd be surprised. It's good fun. And that goes for anyone else. If any of you other guys fancy doing a stream, I'll come and watch you. I mean, after all, you guys support me. You come along, you know, we have a good crack together. Adrian Bibby. No, I've never done the Route 66. I went to the States once, went to Virginia. I never even saw the sea while I was there. It was all about meeting people, you know. Ben Speed. No, apparently not. You can do it with 10 subscribers. You can go live. Now, Dipsy, why don't that shock me? There you go. Al Bast. He might have a go. Darren Barwick said the light would bounce off of his bald head. Don't worry about it. I'm going well thin, mate. Do I give a shit? No. Dipsy's going to do one with all the Swedish lads. No, leave the lads out of it. Get the Swedish women on there. Adrian, get yourself a mic. Go live. Right, you got to do it. You know, you're just asking, really. It's a bit like Fred in the shed with a hand. You're going to have to sort of put up this time. Once just subscribe to Albast's YouTube channel. I've given Albast a shout out 2 or 3 times. He's got it all going on there at the moment. So yeah, why not check out Albast and subscribe to his channel. Give him a little bit of support. And Touchwood, okay, no worries. You'll probably better maybe make a comment after. I'm not really sure. Right, lads, I've enjoyed it again. I've done this opening of the package from Merrill. The gifts he sent me, I'm pretty made up about that, particularly the front for the 148. That's very nice. And some bits there that look like they're almost antique, you know. I mean, you can go on eBay now and people want like 10 quid for a manual or for a rig. I mean, I think it's extortionate, you know. What I'm going to do, I've got the McKinley manual here. I've got the manual for the Lincoln 2 Plus. I think I've got a 6900 manual as well. Eventually, I'm going to put all them manuals on my channel. Dipsy, catch you later, mate. Get well soon. Yeah, you go for it, Alan. Right, guys, this is it. Shutting it down. Thanks for all your patience and your comments and just having a crack with me and everyone else. Look out for the next one on Sunday. In the meantime, if I can get a video of something organised, I'll give you all something to watch. So for now, thanks for turning up, guys. You'll be safe. 73s. We'll see you in the next one, all right? Thanks for popping by.